Hey guys, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'm just kidding. Um, I did my presentation on Salt Life. Um, Salt Life is a large ocean-centric company. A lot of avid fishermen like this business. They have a lot of kind of beach apparel and stuff like that. A little bit of the background. It was developed in 2003 by four guys, avid fishermen, water sport type guys, based out of Jacksonville, Florida. And they had a passion for, the ocean life and all that kind of stuff, and they wanted to make it a lifestyle. Um, some of the products that they have in their retail stores are apparel, fishing pants, fishing shirts, silk shirts, that kind of stuff, stickers, hats, sunglasses, and other accessories like anything else you would see at a beach, koozie, coolers, chairs, stuff like that. So some of the questions I'm going to be asking is one, how does the enterprise make money? They have a very strong advertising base filled with positivity to really grab the attention of the consumer. They hold a very aggressive position in the marketplace due to their um, competitors. A couple of them would be Hook, who is really only based around fishing, while Salt Life is kind of the whole package. They focus on giving back to the environment, the ocean ecosystem itself, and getting people involved in that area. Another thing in how they make money is their brand reliability. Their clothes are made from a very high quality silk, um, where a lot of customers have no problems with them looking back at some of the feedback from their website and apparel shared through other websites. How does the enterprise create value? They have a very experienced staff in different areas of outdoor expertise. So, back to the staff, they have all around, they specialize in different areas, such as they have several people on their board who are avid fishermen. They have a lot of people who are included in water sports, kind of that saltwater lifestyle. Those kind of people are included, and they give back to the environment, which I'll get to that in a second. For whom does the enterprise create value? And this is where they kind of give back. They're very included in Artificial Reef International, which is a company who goes out and fortifies these areas for this ocean life, where maybe, for instance, when BP and all this stuff was going on with the oil, it impacted a lot of the biological stuff going on in this ecosystem. And so part of their job is they go in, they build these artificial reefs that may have been torn down in such areas to make that area thrive a little bit better. Another thing is Rhoatian Marine Park. They kind of operate along the same lines, but they also contribute to helping the prevention of netting so that, shrimp, smaller fish aren't, being taken up from these large shrimp boats. And the aquatic environment ecosystem, back to that, they're very involved. These are just two of the main, um, I guess, nonprofit organizations that they are included. What is the enterprise's source of sustainable competitive advantage? So, in the picture on the right is one of the artificial reefs that Artificial Reef International has built. Um, uh, Other conservation strategies like the prevention of netting from these large shrimp boats, and then replenishing and protecting the ocean ecosystem by helping out, the life expectancy for fish in whatever area that needs that kind of help. How does the enterprise position itself in the market? Amongst their competitors, they're basically the top dog. Nobody really comes close to Salt Life. I mean, you go anywhere, you see Salt Life stickers everywhere on everybody's car, especially if they live near the ocean. and the Salt Life goes beyond just the ocean life. They have stickers that represent lake life and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just salt water, even though their brand name kind of idolizes that a little bit more. Um, and their products are relatively affordable, and like I said, they're very high quality, and their reputation and reliability is very high. They don't have a lot of negative feedback, and they're, like I said before, they're basically the top dog in the market, so everybody is 3 steps behind them. For some successful corporations, they ask themselves these questions. I know we already compared it to a smaller corporation, so I had to change the questions around a little bit. One would be exactly where the money is. One, obviously, any large corporation needs that array of products and product diversity. Without these, you're kind of just stagnant with no innovation, and without innovation, you can't really move forward. And then having multi-penetration in the market, this helps with covering all areas in which a consumer may seem fit. So if they, starting off, they had an issue within a certain area of, I guess, in their clothing line, they would end up penetrating that a little bit harder so that they can fill that void. Um, Another thing is the organizational support with what they're doing with the nonprofit organizations to help rebuild uh, the ocean ecosystem. That obviously helps with their reputation. Who has the money? Avid fishermen, outdoorsmen, and marine biologists. With the connections that Salt Life has, any marine biologist, with how included they are within the environment, they would be particularly like interested and invest themselves in what they're trying to do. With the avid fishermen or any outdoorsmen, Salt Life goes beyond just apparel. Like I'm an avid fisherman. I like to go fishing at the beach and do a little surf fishing. I like to fish in the rivers and the mountains, and I have a bunch of Salt Life apparel and lures and stuff like that. How do I get the money? Updating their products, which would be the innovation factor, and appeal to customer needs or want of changes, and actively engage in the community. One way that they actively engage in the community is through some of their fundraisers, like this boat. This is a boat shown in one of the fishing tournaments that they have during the summer to raise awareness. And then the appeal to customer needs and wants. One thing that you could throw out there is how they're so crazy about protecting the environment. They could go another step further and try to take up the plastics that are maybe on the beach or in the water and create another line of products for those environmental freaks out there who like that recycling stuff, and which would also contribute to the innovation factor to appeal to other areas of the market. Also, what do I need to provide to get the money? A great way to do that is to have a membership, get the consumer invested in what you were trying to do, make them not be able to leave. One thing that I thought about that Salt Life doesn't really have is with their experienced staff, having a way to join the team, even though if you're a little less experienced than they are, trying to get involved to the point where you can understand what they are actually trying to do within the community and the environment, will only create a better investment for you and for them. And then continue to support the environmental groups that they are currently um, associated with. And then next, how do I get the money faster? I guess this would be more along the lines of the aggressive market penetration. I mean, just keep on throwing stuff in the, I mean, just keep throwing products out there time and time again, not waiting too long to get something new out there, always having something that will appeal to the customer. And then obviously every large company has some sort of competition, but with Salt Life in this specific market, it's really hard to get in there. There's not a lot of barriers to entry. So acting as if they have competition that is close to them will help them keep a competitive edge in the long run so that they don't fall behind. How do I continue to get money time and time again from the same customers? Obviously, continue to show interest in the rehabilitating of the environment. For people, I mean, nowadays with everybody, all the environmentalists trying to protect the ocean and all the plastics that are contributing to the destruction of uh, aquatic life is very big. So keeping close ties and relations to the Artificial Reef International and Relation Marine Park would benefit them greatly. And then maintain their quality control, keeping their products consistent and stuff along those lines. What are my other revenue streams? The fundraisers that they do, all the fishing tournaments. Um, like I said earlier, the memberships, which I would imagine isn't that expensive, and then the environmental development programs, which are the ones that rebuilding the reefs and things along those lines. Another thing that they could do is on the side, like I said earlier, is they can create like this whole plastic line where maybe they could take recycled plastics and turn them into lures uh, for the fishermen out there who are crazy about not you destroying the reefs that are down there with plastic. And then that is my source.